everyone, it's Ocean Unknown and welcome back to my channel. A year ago I posted a video where I predicted the lore for Just Dance 2025 and barely of what I predicted happened. So today's video is about what I got wrong for Just Dance 2025 and what I hope to see in the series in the future. I hope you enjoy. So let's start.
First, I want to start with what I got right in my prediction video. To start, I did predict that we would get a continuation of the story of Rasputin and the Bride. However, I said that the story would reach a resolution in Just Dance 2025. If you've seen the map for Payphone, you would know, no the it didn't. We do have more details on this lore as Rasputin ends the map where Telephone ended. Since these two songs have similar titles, there is a clear link between the lore of Telephone and the Bride and Rasputin storyline. It has been confirmed by the Just Dance team that the coach Ariana Shard is talking to over the phone in Telephone is from a Lady Gaga song, or maybe the coach appears in the stained glass windows in Just Dance. And Rasputin is one of the coaches in the stained glass windows, so it's possible that Rasputin was trying to help the coaches in Telephone break out of prison, which made him late for his wedding. Speaking of Lady Gaga songs in Just Dance, I also correctly predicted that Paparazzi would finally be in a Just Dance game, and we also got Poker Face. We also got the Ariana Grande tribute map with One Last Time, and the Ariana song pack. And with One Last Time, we also got more continuation of the Ari and Grace storyline, with them seemingly in a good place.
Please Just Dance. Please let the lesbians have a happy ending.
Lastly, I predicted that Cygnus, the coach for Begging by Måneskin, would gain more importance, and as seen in Your Eyes, he definitely did.
Now, as the state of Just Dance 2026 is kind of up in the air right now, and there will no longer be seasons for Just Dance as they've been replaced by song packs, let's discuss what happened to the lore in Just Dance 2025.
When the trailers for Just Dance 2025 were being released, the main storyline characters were noticeably missing. Outside of In Your Eyes and a small reference in Sunlight, the Just Dancers were nowhere to be found. Especially since Just Dance 2024 ended on a cliffhanger with her sad hamster Jack Rose left on the pier as his friends had been infected with his mother's evil magic, I, along with many people, were disappointed at first with the absence of lore in Just Dance 2025. And as if Just Dance couldn't disappoint the fandom even more, but they confirmed that Jack Rose and Wanderlust, a beloved romantic ship, are actually half-siblings. Even though it makes a lot of sense for them to be related, it is kind of unfortunate that a very popular queer ship had to take the route of they're actually siblings, not lovers. Also, my video from last year has aged like milk because of this reveal, because of how much I joked about Wander Rose. On a positive note, In Your Eyes is a beautiful map that shows Letta getting closer to her point of no return as Cygnus shows her the prophecy of her finding the dark flow and becoming Night Swan. Another fun detail I love is that while the Traveler is infatuated with Earth and fully ignoring Letta and their son, he does the chorus move from Locked Out of Heaven, Jack's introduction map. This could be another reason why Night Swan is so disapproving of Jack, because he is starting to remind her of the Traveler. We also see Letta finding a home in Eternix, and we also see a glimpse of Little Mihai, as they were initially a fan of Night Swan before the events of Enter the Dance Verses and Dance with the Swan. I do have a theory that In Your Eyes was supposed to be a part of the Night Swan event, but something likely happened that caused it to be pushed back, as that event had issues like with Sweet Dreams being replaced with Darkest Hour. Despite that, I am very glad that In Your Eyes was included in Just Dance 2025, and I'm happy we got that connecting link between Murder on the Dance Floor and Darkest Hour, with Letta being so obsessed with power that it drove her to become Night Swan.
So what happened to the main storyline in Just Dance 2025? Well, there was never going to be any, no matter what.
Whatever way you put it, Just Dance 2025 was never going to continue the Just Dancer story, and I completely understand why. Since this game was to celebrate the 15th anniversary of Just Dance, the lore was always going to be sidelines for the 15th anniversary. Just Dance 2025 took a step back from the trend of increasingly hardened maps and gearing more towards a niche and young adult crowd, and narrowed in on being a party dance game for all ages to celebrate the series' impact. While Just Dance 2025 is not a perfect game and has its flaws, looks at Wooly and that nightmare fuel lion, the decisions made for the 15th anniversary are understandable. I know many fans hate the quote-unquote troll maps, but not to be rude, but oftentimes you all see a mascot costume or anything remotely childish and scream, "Troll map, it's dumb." But I raise you, cheepy cheepy chappa chappa, my heart will go on. They're good maps. I do agree some maps in Just Dance 2025 aren't the best, like the aforementioned The Lion Sleeps Tonight and the two Wooly maps, but I think a balance between more childish and bright and colorful maps and the more lore-driven technical technical or unique maps would benefit the series. Also, a lot of people were upset with the unnecessary repeating of coaches in maps, and while I understand the critique regarding reused coaches that don't have any connection to their new songs, such as Owen and Eddie, coaches for Swish Swish and 24 Karat Magic, being the coaches for Party in the USA Night Parade version, I can understand that Just Dance repeated a lot of coaches in Just Dance 2025 to celebrate the many characters of Just Dance. This game was a celebration of the franchise that provided a diverse selection of songs. Like, we got Grande, Sabrina Carpenter, Kylie Minogue, Blackpink, Jack Harlow, Dua Lipa, Madonna, and so many more, along with different dance styles like an easy-to-follow ballroom Vogue routine, both masculine and feminine hip-hop styles, whacking, and dances with contemporary and ballet influences. Overall, Just Dance 2025 is a good game.
But now what do I think is in store for the future of Just Dance? Here are my hopes.
Starting with a continuation of what I was saying earlier, I hope that there will be more of a balance between types of songs and dances and also a balance of difficulty. Objectively, Just Dance 2024 is a very hard Just Dance game, with 8 extremes and 3 of them being official K-pop choreo with Butter, How You Like That, and Say My Name respectively. Now, listen, while I am a massive ATEenie and I'm so happy ATEEZ is in Just Dance, Say My Name is one of their harder dances. It's not Gorilla or Holla Holla, but still. I think if Just Dance wanted to include one of their songs in a future game, Bouncy, Work, or Ice on My Teeth would be perfect. On the other hand, Just Dance 2025 only had 3 extremes: Paint the Town Red, Pink Venom, and One Last Time. I think a good compromise could be having 5 extremes for any upcoming games. If we applied this to Just Dance 2025, say we kept the already existing extremes and give extreme versions to Calabria 2007 and Sweet Melody, I feel like that would have balanced out the difficulty pretty well. Additionally, I think Just Dance 2026 will be the end of the story mode trilogy. With the cliffhanger and break from the lore outside of Night Swan's backstory, I think we'll get a more traditional story mode in the next Just Dance game with Wanderlust, Sarah, Braziana, Mihai, Jack Rose, and of course, Night Swan. As for other characters I'd love to see return, of course I gotta push the Ocean Clown agenda, and say I want Elikim, the coach from Akira, and Foley, the coach from Funhouse back. Seeing Aria and Grace again would also be great, along with another possible lesbian couple in Eva Chase, the coach from Paparazzi, and Iris, the coach from You Love Who You Love. Another story I'd love to see continued is the Virtual Escape storyline with Clementine from Can't Tame Her, played by the lovely and incredibly talented Little Siha, Freya from Love Me Land, Knifalong, the coach for New World, along with other maps that are possibly connected to the storyline like Unstoppable, Apple, and of course the iconic The Boy Is Mine. I also think we're going to see Cupid from One Last Time again for sure. As for songs, since Just Dance 2025 set the precedent for artists to have song packs, I would be excited to see 2 artists in particular get song packs in upcoming Just Dance games: Lady Gaga and Olivia Rodrigo. Especially with the release of Mayhem, I could see Lady Gaga's sound pack being a blend of iconic hits from her early career and new additions to her wonderful discography. I'm thinking Love Game, Alejandro, Disease, Abracadabra, and maybe Perfect Illusion and Sour Candy for other options. For Olivia Rodrigo, I think some songs that could be in a song pack for her are Get Him Back, Obsessed, So American, Ballad of a Homeschool Girl, Brutal, and Deja Vu. Lastly, here are some songs I want in Just Dance and possible storylines for these songs. First off, any Chappell Rowan. Please. They would most likely choose Hot to Go, but also Good Luck Babe, Femininomenon, and Pink Pony Club would also be amazing. I could see this as an Aria and Grace or Iris and Eva Chase map with some tragic women loving women yearning. In a similar vein of pop girlies, more Sabrina Carpenter and Charlie XCX would be great. Some good songs for them would be Taste, Good Graces, Nonsense, Feather, and Juno for Sabrina, but unfortunately a lot of her cheeky lyrics would need to be censored for the E for Everyone rating. For Charlie XCX, of course, anything from Brat, but especially 360, 365, Girls So Confusing, Von Dutch, and Talk Talk, as well as Vroom Vroom and Beg For You featuring Rina Zawayama. Speaking of Rina, we need Rina Zawayama in Just Dance, especially XX, This Hell, or Frankenstein. We also need Doechii in Just Dance. I would personally choose Alter Ego since I love that song. On a completely different plane, I would also love to see more Fall Out Boy in Just Dance, especially Dance Dance or anything off Save Rock and Roll. Finally, here are some lore scenarios I came up with. For Foley and Elikim, I could see a map that follows Foley through Elikim's illusions before she became how we see her in Funhouse. And this could either be to Joyride by Kesha or the aforementioned Disease by Lady Gaga. I could see Luke Cypher and Angelina, the coaches for Magic, Disco Inferno, and About Damn Time, being the coaches for This Hell by Rina Zawayama, or maybe it would be the gay vampires from Sacrifice. I could also see another map with Felicia and Darius, the coaches for Bloody Mary and In the Shadows, since both maps take place in Potion Potion Alley. Maybe this could be Abracadabra by Lady Gaga, but I feel like that song would need something so charisma, uniqueness, nerve, and talent, you know? I would love to see Mothkin back, especially to Butterfly by Marina. These are the main ideas I could think of, but if you have any concept for Just Dance stories, please leave them in the comments. I'd love to hear them.
And if you liked this video, please leave a like, subscribe to this channel to join the SeaBunnies, and turn on the bell for notifications. For our question of the video, what is your favorite map from Just Dance 2025? Personally, I loved In the Shadows, obviously, The Boy Is Mine, obviously, In Your Eyes, Exes, and Training Season. But I want to hear from you. I'll see you all in the next video. Thank you so much.